are the ones that will be custom defined groups.
Okay.
Okay, I think now we have got the recording access. Let me check the time quickly so that we can plan accordingly. Okay, we can continue, not a problem.
Yeah, that's it actually.
Yeah. Is that so? Yeah, is your doubts done?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that is the reason under this permissions, whatever custom rules you create while creating the users, no, those group will also appear here. I think you have created organization test as the custom group, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason it is appearing here also.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then we can get it started. So as you have already shared the screen, let's go ahead and quickly go to the project and the repos. Not here. Come out of it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Go to the repos. Okay, you have given demo 2, right? So yeah, anything is fine. Okay, let us keep this demo 2 as is so that we'll see how to do it using the tool. Okay. For now, let's cover up the remaining thing before we go ahead and get used to the Git tool. Okay. Can you go back to Azure DevOps repository? Yeah, so here I think few things are still remaining, so let us cover that first. So if you go to the repos, I think we have covered the files, right? Let us go to the commits option. Can you click the double arrow mark that is there to your left hand side below? Yeah. Yes, that one, so that you will get a wider view. Yeah, go to the commits. So here you can see commits will show you the pretty straightforward commits that is happening to your specific branch. Right now you are at the develop branch, so you're seeing all the commits related to that branch. Okay, and also you can search based on the commit ID, and you see there is one more option beside that, there is on and off, right? So if you click on that, it will tell you if you want to hide the graph or you want to show the commit graph. Okay, like whenever, even if we are looking at the merge type, we had that smaller graph which shows you how this merge type will work, right? So similarly, it will show you the graph based on the commit that you are doing and based on the merge type. Okay, hope you have already tried the different merge types that I wanted you guys to try now. If not today, please go ahead and try it today and let me know if you have any kind of doubts in that, because I'm pretty sure if you don't go ahead and start creating the branches and using the different merge types, you will not be clear on the different differentiation between all the 4 types. Okay. Okay, now let's go to the pushes. Yeah, before that, sorry, can you please go to the commit? Yeah, once you hover on one of the commit, you will be seeing the 3 dots at the end. Can you please click on that? Yes. So here it will tell you have an option to copy full SHA. You can also browse the files. You can create a new branch out of this particular commit, and you can also create a tag. Okay. So can you please copy full SHA? So can you place it in one of the notepad? So SHA is like your unique code that will be used whenever you are going to revert back your changes at a specific point. Okay, that means until updated test, these are the scenarios that you will be getting when you are actually working in a team. Okay, that means what happens is you decide and you move all these 5 changes. Okay, but later once you're ready to move into the production, the discussion will happen and everyone will decide saying that I don't want the latest 2 changes, let us push latest 2 changes, let us remove the latest 2 changes, and as that is not stable yet with the environment, let us go only till updated test.txt. Okay, so that time you will have to know how you can go ahead and revert back your changes to updated test. We'll be seeing that also in a little while later. Okay, so for that purpose, you will be using this SHA. Okay, so you will have to revert back to a specific commit. And can you click on the three dots? Yeah, and also if you want to browse files, will directly take you to that file which has this change. Yeah, click on the browse file option. Yeah, so it will take you to what was happened at that point. Okay, so maybe up in this point, what you did the updated test.txt, right? So inside the demo folder, you updated something in the test.txt. So that is what it is showing you. That is the reason in the above you're able to see the commit ID 1A 9AC AA6, right? So in the branches option, can you see that? You're not able to see the branch like main or develop, right? You're able to see this ID as the branch. Can you see that? Yeah, there. Okay, so that is what it came back browsing to that particular commit that had happened. Okay, yeah, can you please go to the commits? Yeah, so now can you click on the options, three dots. Let's see how to create a new branch. Click on new branch. Okay, so it is telling you it will start creating a branch from that ID, that is that commit. Okay, and based on what? Based on the commit that has happened, let's go ahead and click on create. So just to show you the different options that we can leverage from the options. Okay, yeah, so now you have a branch created from the point that particular commit had been taken. So after this also you made two more changes, right? But those two changes we have not considered. We wanted to create a separate branch to have the changes until that commit ID. That is the reason we have created a branch out of that commit. Clear? Let's go to the commits. Yeah. Now you see, right now we are in that branch. That is the reason you are only able to see these three commits. Yeah, if you change back to demo or develop, you will be seeing all the commits. Okay, now right now you got all the commits, right? Yeah, let me go ahead and click on the other option. It is a create tag. In case if you want to create a tag, you can go ahead and add a tag to the specific commit also. Let's see that as well. Can you please click on create tag? Okay, here tag from description you can give. Just give tag added. Yeah, click on create. So tags are also useful whenever you are going to create or whenever you're working with the multiple teams. Okay, so that is the reason I want you to create the tag also here. Okay, so you created a tag and you want to which is also appearing like a branch. Can you click on that option there, branches option? Here let us see all the different types of branches and tags. See, here you see the tag and you see the branches also. Okay, let me show you one more thing. Can you click on the tags option to your left hand side below? See, now you see that there is one tag that got added while we have created this tag. Okay, and let us see, anyways, we are in the tags tab. Let us see the different operations that tags will help us to do. Can you click on, hover on that tag? Yeah, go to the three dots. So whenever you create a tag, you can, it is like a bookmark kind of a thing. Okay, so you do a changes and you want to make sure that you need to remember this particular change. That is when you will go ahead and create a tag, which later you can go ahead and create a branch out of it for reference. Okay, so that is why you can go ahead and use the tag, and that is only the difference between the tag and the branch. So right now, whenever you are creating the tag, you're also seeing an option to create a new branch out of that particular tag. Okay. And if you want to download the contents of that tag as a zip, you can download it. You can view the files. You can view the history. You can also delete a tag. You can set this tag as the comparer tag. So this setting this tag as a compare tag, it will help you to track down all the changes that are coming after this tag has been defined. Okay, so right now in the develop, we had 5 different commits. We have created a tag at the third commit. So after the third commit, if you want to measure what all changes that had happened, you can create a tag with a certain commit and go ahead and refer to the other tags for the changes. Okay, so that is how you can make use of the tags and the difference between the tags and the branches. Okay, so I think we are pretty much clear about the commits, pushers, and the tags as well. Okay, now let's navigate to the branches option. So here branches, you see all the different branches that you are also part of under mine, and at all, if you click on the all option, yeah, all option, you will see all the branches that are present for that particular repository. Okay, and then if you click on stale, so what is the stale branch is that right now we don't see any stale branches, but what do you understand by stale is that if you are not making any kind of activity on that branch, okay, if it is kept unused, those kind of a branches are called as stale branches. Okay, so based on the usage, you will be getting those branches in here. Okay. So now let's go to the mine. We have different operations also with respect to the branches to see. Yeah, click on mine under the branches. Yes, yes, yes. And hover, yeah, hover on any of the branch and click on 3 dots. Yeah. So here,
Small dot.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
It's once again the stale thing.
Yeah, stale branches are the branches which will appear when you're not using it very frequently. Right now, you are using all these branches, right? Because all those branches dates are today only. So all are active branches. If you're not using a branch very actively, sometimes there is a possibility that we create a branch and we don't use it for a long time, right? So those branches will be moving automatically. Sorry?
We have to move them, or they will automatically move to stale.
It will automatically move to the to its state.
Okay.
If you're not using it.
Yeah, and we can recheck them again if you want.
Yeah, you can make the recent change for that branch to be active, or in case if you find that you're not going to use this branch anymore, you can delete it also.
Okay, if we reactivate the branch, it will not appear in the stale again, right?
Yes, it will not appear in the stale again.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, under this branches, you see an option to create a new branch, create a new pull request, delete the branch, view the files with respect to the branch, view the history, compare the branches, set as compare branch, set as default branch. Default branch, it is already set, and the compare branch is also already set by default. If you see under the main, you are able to see default and compare keywords, right? Yeah, so that means your main is your default branch and the compare branch by default. Okay, if you want to change it, you can also do that. If you select this option, set as default branch, then immediately your demo branch will be set as your default branch. Okay, and then you can use the lock option to lock your branch so that nobody will be able to make any changes to that particular branch. Okay, so this locking will be very useful whenever you are actually working, because whenever you have a production release and you don't want any of your team members to make any kind of further changes to that particular branch, you are going to lock it. That is one scenario. The other scenario is that whenever you don't want any of your team members to make changes to that particular branch, you will be using the lock branch. Like the older branches, you just want to make sure it is only read only, you will be doing this locking. Okay. And then we have the option called as branch policies. This is also very important. So let us go ahead and look at the branch policies. Yeah, click. Yeah, I think it is loading. So if we click on the branch policies, we will be navigating here where it will show you the branch policies option. So the first one, if you see, require a minimum number of reviewers. So this reviewers we have already seen while we are raising the pull request, right? So if you set this on, can you switch it on? Yeah, it will tell you how many number of reviewers are mandatory to review a request. Okay, so this is with respect to the pull request itself. So right now the default value they have given it as 2, but we can also change it to 1. Okay, yeah, can you please change it to 1? Okay, and allow requesters to approve their own changes. Check that box, because we don't have many users, so that is the reason I'm asking you to check that box. But when you're actually working, you should not allow the requester to make the changes, because say for example, if you are working on a branch and if I allow you only as the approver, then there will not be any validation, right? So only if this will be applicable only if you know that all of the team members are working on the project and they are also like the team lead level, then you can enable this option. Okay, and prohibit the most recent push from approving their own changes. That means if you enable this checkbox, what will happen is if you are the recent pusher, that means you have pushed the recent change to the branch, then you are not allowed to approve the changes, which should be right. Correct. If that is the case, you will have to enable this, or you can also keep it disabled if this is not the requirement by your team. Okay. And allow completion even if some reviewers vote to wait or reject. So what will happen is, if the minimum number of reviewers is more than 1, that means 2 or 3, then we will have to wait until all the required reviewers approve it. Okay. In case if any one of them are still yet to approve, that means they are in waiting, or if any one of the reviewers reject your approval, okay, they don't want to approve, they'll deny your approval, then also do you want to allow completion of the pull request? That is what it is asking. For now, let us not enable it. Okay, this will be useful based on the project that you're working on. Okay, but usually this should not be checked in. And also, when new changes are pushed, do you want to again ask the reviewer to review it? That is also valid. If you want, you can enable it. Okay, for now, let us not keep it. So when you want your reviewers to recheck the code, these are the situations that you are asking your reviewers, the mandatory reviewers, to recheck whenever these 4 situations happen. And that is also like your optional. If you want to enable it, you can enable it or disable it. For now, we are enabling only the first option, where it allows the requester to approve their own changes. Okay, then the second option is the check for linked work items. So this will tell you if any linked work items is there, because yesterday we have already seen whenever we are creating the pull request, we also have added a link for test epic, right? So, and that test epic, we also completed that test epic once the pull request has been completed. So that, do you want to do that automatically? You can enable this option. Okay, so can you enable that option as well? Yeah, it is also asking you whether it is required or optional. Most always it should be required, but for this case, let us keep it optional so that we can do the testing for this option. Scroll down and you see check for comment resolution. Keep it on. So what is this check for comment resolution? Is that whenever you are raising a pull request, your reviewer will give you the comment on that particular pull request. Say that he'll tell you, you need to change the line number 5. you need to change something. Line number 10, you need to change something. So that is how your reviewer will put a comment on your pull request. Once that change has been done by you again, and you make it resolved, until and unless you make it resolved, your pull request will not be completed. It will still be in the waiting state only. Okay, come down, scroll down. And
So one small doubt actually.
yeah, go ahead.
So when we change the comment here, right? Suppose there is an issue in the 10th line, and I have done changes to the 10th line.
Okay.
So will it be resolved automatically, or will it go for the approval?
It will go for the approval. It will go for the approval.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and then for the limit merge types, can you keep it on? So as we already discussed, there will be 4 types of merge type. If you want to enable all the 4, you can go ahead and keep all the 4, and it will be left up to the approver which kind of a merge, or the requester which kind of the merge they are going to select. Or if you want to make only one type of a merge, because usually what happens is whenever we are discussing about this branching policies, we will stick to one kind of a strategy. Okay, so usually we stick to squash merge, so that we will enable only squash merge. All the other merges we will disable it. Okay, so you can go ahead and disable all the other 3 merge types. Yeah, disable basic merge, rebase and fast forward, rebase with merge commit. Scroll down. So only squash merge is enabled. And the next option that you're seeing is the build validation. So this build validation will make sense when we are actually looking at the Azure pipelines. But let me give you the overview. What does this actually mean? So what is this build validation is, before you actually run the pipeline, you want to make sure that whatever changes that is being taken from this particular branch does not affect your actual build. So what will happen is, if you enable this option, there will be a temporary build that gets run, and then it will show you whether the build will be success or failure. So it will be like running a build itself. Okay, but right now, as we have not seen anything about the build, it will not be making any sense for you all. So let me not go in detail about it. We'll come back to this option when we are looking at the builds. Scroll down, you have the status check, and this status check is also, like, as you see, it is also telling you require other services to push post successful status to complete the pull requests. Okay, so what is the status check is that? Can you please click on the plus button here? Okay, so status to check, can you click on the drop down? Okay, so yeah, you don't have any drop down here, but the status check, what it will do is that sometimes what we want is our pull request should be completed only when there is a API that returns a status code from the external third-party tool. Okay, because we will be dealing with multiple tools in DevOps. There will be some tool which will send you the status update to your the branch, so that if that is successful, only then your pull request should complete. That is also a possibility is there. But right now we don't have any integration with a third-party tool, so that is the reason we are not able to check. But whenever we are looking at the build, we will also check this policy as well. Okay, so you can close this as well. And the last option is automatically include the reviewers. Okay, right now in the starting of this, we have made that there are 2 users who are made, sorry, not 2, 1 user who are made as the mandatory to approve your request, right? But we need to mention who is that one person that we'll have to add by default. So for that, this option is there. Can you please click on plus button here? Yeah, you will have to add the reviewers here. Okay, add people, click on add people there, select your name, yes, and policy requirement, you can make it required or optional. Also let it be required only. And for pull request affecting these folders, say for example, you also want to apply a branch policy for the reviewer only for a specific path. Okay, that means only for a specific folder. So under develop, we already have a develop folder inside our branch, right? So only if something is happening to that develop folder, this reviewer should be coming into picture. If that is the case, you can mention the filter here. If you want to know how do I mention the syntax, go to that I symbol that is there to the, yeah, that one. It will tell you how does your path filter look like. Okay, if a path filter is set, example, you can see below /web app/module/data.cs. Okay, so you can apply these kind of filters wherein only whenever there is a change that is happening to this particular path, this particular reviewer will be added to your pull request. Got it, right? For now, let us not add this. And this is also given as a homework for you. Go ahead and explore this folders for the pull request one. Okay. And completion options allow requester to approve their own changes. It is checked in. Let that be, but usually we don't allow this option whenever we are working. Okay. And activity feed message. Can you go ahead and right now we are not using artifact, so that is the reason this will not make sense right now. So, but can you go ahead and click on that I mark? Message will appear in the activity feed of pull request with automatically added reviewers. Okay, so this is not related to the artifacts. This is related to the activity feed message that will appear whenever you are adding the reviewers. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's do some message. Like, can you click on that, type in some message, successful message.
One small dot here.
Yeah.
So here, right, before itself, like we got like this option, right? So somewhere before actually, so if you are disabling there, and if you are enabling here, right? Suppose, so will that so it will not make a sense, right? So we are disabling there and enabling here. So will that enable now or disable?
See, this one, what will happen is, this is allow requester to approve their own changes, right? So both the options are pretty similar. Okay, so both of them states that requester are allowed to make their own changes. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's try that out. Even I have not tried that out, but most probably if any one of the option is checked, it will allow the users to approve their own request. Okay, if you want to disable it, you have to disable in both the places.
Oh,
okay, so let's do one thing. Let us disable this and check, because we are anyways going to check the pull request. Activity feed message, can you type in any message here? Successful message. Yeah, click on save. So now we have, okay, we have added this one to which branch? We have added to the branch. To left hand side, if you see branch from 1A, 9A is that one, right? So for that, we have added the branch policies. Okay, let us go to the files. Let us go to the repos and files. Yeah. So can you switch back to that particular branch? Yes. Okay, quickly, can you go to the branches option? I want to show you how does that left-hand side branches option. Yes. See, you see your certificate kind of a mark, right, for this branch. Yeah, that will show you that this branch has policies. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the pull request now. Okay. Pull request, but before that, we need to make some change to the branch, right? Yeah, go to the files. Yeah, for this branch, can you add in a text file here? Yeah, any file. Okay, add some content.
Should I commit?
Yeah, go ahead and commit it. Yeah, commit it. Let's just not add anything else. Okay. Oh, there is one more use of this branch policies is that you will not be able to directly commit into this branch. That is also the main advantage of using the branch policies. Okay, so right now you see it is not allowing you direct commit to this branch. It is also telling you pushes to this branch are not permitted. You must use a pull request to update this branch. Okay, so let's do one thing, cancel this. Okay, so this branch policies, usually we will be applying it to the main branch and the develop branch, so that there should be no people who will be updating the branches directly. Okay, so right now you will have to create a new branch. Yeah, go to that branches option. Leave. Yeah, click on new branch. Name it anything like testing branch or something. No spaces should be there. Testing branch. Based on, you select the branch that has the policies. Yeah, click on create. Now you go to the testing branch and add the file. Yeah, add the contents in. Okay, so now create a pull request. Yeah, testing branch to select the other branch which has the policies. Yes, to that branch. Scroll down, don't add anything, scroll down and click on create. Okay, now you see automatically you are added as the required reviewer. You did not add it before, right? So that's how once you create the pull request, automatically whatever branch policies that we have created, it has already applied. Okay, it is telling you comments must be resolved, required check succeeded, one optional check failed is what it is showing you, right? So can you click on that cross mark? Yeah, click on that. You see anything to, okay, view two checks below there is a view two checks option. Yeah, see what is that? Comments, it is resolved, it is saying, because we don't have any comments yet, right? So it is saying it must be resolved. Optional is work items must be linked. Okay, so as we have given the work items linkage as optional, even if you don't have any work items linked, that is okay. You can go ahead and complete this pull request. Okay, close this. You are the approver right now, is it? Go ahead and approve this request. Okay, even after you approve it, it is okay. Approve it. Have you approved it? I think it's not showing it. It says is approved, but there is a, okay, can you just refresh this link once? But below it is showing you you must approve, right? So that is the reason I just wanted to
the normal refresh.
Yeah, normal refresh only. Yeah, reload this page. Okay.
Is it due to the setting we due to the policy we give, like we disabled it? Is it due to that actually?
Yes, I think that is what even I am thinking. See, right now you have already approved it, but it is also telling you to approve, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you try approving once again? No, I don't think it will. Yeah. Okay. So this is from that branch policies itself. Can you open this branches in the another tab and let us go to the policies there? Yeah, branches, go to the branch policies. 3 dots and then branch policies. Okay, now changes. Okay, come down, scroll down. At the end, Yeah, click on edit, come to the enabled on, click on the three dots, edit. Now you give here. Okay, so you got the differences, right?
Yeah.
This is for completion, that is for approval.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Enable this one. Yeah, save this. Let's go back to the pull request. Approve it. Okay. Your reviewer has been approved and you have an option to complete it. Okay. Comment one second. Let's see the comment resolution. Scroll down. I think reviewers part is clear. Work items part is also clear, right? Because we have already seen that as an optional and we have seen that in the previous class. So I'm not repeating it. If you scroll down, yeah, there is this comment, right? So can you just type in a comment? Anything, yeah. Completed, commented. Until and unless this you write a reply for it and it is resolved, you will not be able to complete this pull request. Okay, can you scroll up and see now? See, before we used to get an option called as complete, right? Now you are getting an option to set autocomplete. Okay, so what is the difference between these two is that if you press set autocomplete, whenever the comment is resolved, automatically this particular pull request will be completed and your changes will be moved from testing branch to branch from this one. Okay, so let's do that one. Can you click on set autocomplete? Yeah, do that, set autocomplete. But you will still see the pull request which is not yet completed. Okay, scroll down and write a reply there. Completed only you write. And click on reply and resolve. No, reply and resolve. You can do reply also, but yeah, reply and resolve. Now scroll up. You will see, refresh it actually. Okay, why is it saying view 2 checks? Okay, work items must be linked. Okay, it is taking the work items linkage as mandatory. Okay, can you click on make optional? Okay, now you see automatically your pull request is completed, right? You gave the set autocomplete, so that is the reason you don't have to again comment. Click on complete. Got it? So this is how you will be using the branching policies, and the main advantage of using the branching policies is, first main thing is that to restrict the users from directly committing into the branches. Second one is to automatically include the reviewers, make the merging type, link the work items, comment resolution, and status checks, build validation, all those things. Okay, so this is about the different options that we see for the repos from the UI. That means from the Azure DevOps point of view, these are the operations that we can perform. But is that all that we can perform? So is this how the developers will be using this tool? No. What will happen is, for developers, because for their the source code will become the main tool that they'll be using on daily basis, right? They'll be writing thousands of lines of code on daily basis. They'll be writing different files, folders, and all those things. So for them, this is not the appropriate tool that they'll come to the UI and do it. So for that, what is the tool that we have is that we have two different types of tool. One is Git tool, where from the command line also we can go ahead and perform the different types of operations that we have already done in the UI with Azure DevOps. Okay, so from the command line tool also, I want to cover few commands so that you will also be aware on how you are going to use Git as a command line tool. So for that, I want you to go ahead and download Git tool. Go to the Google. Click on the option, search for Git for Windows. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, here you have based on your bit, I think it is a 64-bit, right? 64-bit Git, right? So you can click on 64-bit Git for Windows setup. Get that link. Yeah, you see that your exe is being downloaded. Once it is done, let's go ahead and click on it to install the Git. Yeah, go ahead and open it.
So should I do anything or just go to?
Oh, one second. So you can go through the options, like it is asking you whether you want to add the additional icons on the desktop. That is not required. Windows Explorer integration, let both of them be enabled. That means you will be seeing a tool called as Gitbash. You will also be seeing a Git GUI also. Okay, so let us enable both of them. And do you want to have an option for Git LFS, which is the large file support, in case if you're going to store the files? Because what we are going to do in the Git, that is a source control management tool, is that we are going to store the files, right, which are being written by the developers with the code, right? But that files might be huge. It is based on what number of applications that you are going to store. So if the source code system is having a huge number of files, then it should also support Git LFS. That is the large file support. That is also, you will have to check it. And all the other default options that they have checked, like Git configuration, SH files, and all those, let it be. Click on next. Next, 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 next. Use all the default options, okay? Next. Next. Okay.
And another one thing in the meantime, so in branches, right?
Okay.
Suppose here from the file we have to give an pull request, right? So from the branches, if we give pull request here, new pull request, so what will it do actually?
Click on the new pull request. Even if you click on the branch, what will happen is it will take the source branch only. So you went to demo branch and you clicked on the new pull request, right? So you can see that the source branch is demo. The destination branch will be taken automatically as the default branch. Right now, the main branch is the default, right? So that is being taken as the target branch. If you want to change the target branch, you can change it here. It is similar to how you are going to raise the pull request under pull request option itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it will navigate to that page itself. I think, yeah, it is almost done. Launch Gitbash, yes. Okay, so our Git is ready. Let's do one thing. Let's go back to Azure DevOps and open your one of the repository which has not been initialized. Demo 2. Okay, copy this link, clone to your computer, copy the HTTPS link. Yes, copy that. Go back to your Git. Yeah, so here, do you want to go to a specific location, or this location is only fine? Can you type in PWD? So you are at C users. Tani, is it okay? You are going to create here only. That is fine, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So now type in git space clone space, give the URL. Right click and paste. Control V will not work here. Right click and paste. Yeah, enter. So now it is giving you cloning into demo, the project name. Okay. So there will be a folder that gets created as the project name. So let's wait for a minute until it gets okay. So this is the first time you're using the Git. So it will ask you the credentials for the Git. Yeah, go ahead and give that. Okay, cloning has happened, but it is also giving you a warning saying that cloning has happened, but it is an empty repository. Okay, so can you go to that location, see users Tani from your Windows Explorer? And you see there is a new folder that gets created here as demo. Yes, double click on it. You see that this folder is empty. Okay, let us go to the Azure Repos, and can you refresh that repos? Yeah, this one, can you refresh this link? Okay, right now we have not pushed anything. It is just being empty. Let's do one thing. Let's go ahead and click, go to the file location only. You can either add the files using the file location only, or even if you want to do it through the command line, you can do that. But going to the file explorer is much more easier. Okay, go to the folder. Yeah, here, go ahead and add the file. So can you add any of the file, just the text file? You can add the folder also or file also. Yeah. Okay, inside that you add a file. Text file, okay. Yeah, let that be new text document only. That's okay.
So should I give anything? Or?
Yeah, yeah, you can type in anything. Okay. And right now, it is not yet initialized. Okay, so right now you have a empty folder and you have added the folder in the file. Okay, you need to initialize it. What you need to do is that go back to your Git, open that Git, not here, yeah, that tool. Go inside that CD space demo and hit the tab. Yes, enter. Okay, now you are going to see that you have the branch also that is appearing inside your respected folder, right? You see a master here, which means that this is a Git repository. Got it, right? Till now, whenever you're using your C users, Tani, you did not see anything called as the master, right? So when you went inside the demo, you're going to see this because we have already cloned a repository inside your that path. Okay. In order to make sure that whatever we have added few files, right? Those files should also be coming into your repository, correct? For that, what you will have to do is that we have the basic commands. So type in git space, add space, dot. Dot means everything, okay? Enter. Git space, commit, commit. Yeah, commit -m. No, a space -m only, sorry. Yeah, and then space within the double quotes, updated. So what does this tell you is that, yeah, updated, you are going to commit your changes. Okay, so once you add the changes, you need to make sure you're committing the changes. Okay, yeah, enter. Okay, you will have to author identity unknown. Okay, it says you don't have the config enabled. Okay, what you can do is that, can you copy the same thing and click on execute the commands, git config -- global user.email, give your email ID, user.name, give your name. Copy that command, yes. Copy and right click paste. Yeah, change the, okay. Oh, up arrow, yeah, change the email ID. Yeah, enter and give user.name also. Okay, now you try the commit message again. Okay, it committed. Now you give git space push. Yeah, push is enough. Enter. Okay, now your changes has been pushed into your Azure repository. Go to Azure DevOps and refresh the link. Yeah, refresh this link. Yeah, go to the files. Actually, you are under the pull request. Now you see whatever changes that you have made has been reflected in your repository as well. Okay, so this is one of the method that will be used by the developers to make their changes, because they will be having their code somewhere in the server. Okay, and they want to move that code into the Azure Repos. They will be using this method. Okay, this is one method. There will be one more method where the developers will be using the Visual Studio tool itself, like Visual Studio 2019. But if I want to show the operations from that, I will have to, like, you will have to have a license for that, or we can use the free license also. But what we can do is that I can share you the link on how you can use that Visual Studio 2019 for the Azure DevOps. Go ahead with that and let me know if you have any kind of a doubts in it. Okay, it will be pretty straightforward, where you will have the option to add the Azure DevOps organization. In that tool also, you will be able to see the different operations like creating a branch or committing it, pushing it, everything. So similarly, how you're using the Git, we will also be able to perform the different operations there. Why I'm not concentrating more on that tool is because that tool is specifically for the developers. Okay, but from the DevOps point of view, you should be aware that there is a possibility that developers will be using these different tools to go ahead and use the code. And what is the DevOps role here, right? That is very important. What DevOps does here is that in case if they are not able to connect to Azure DevOps via Git or via Visual Studio, they'll be connecting with you and they'll be having a screen share with you and on how this is working and where is the error, what that error says. That time you should be in a state to resolve those errors. That is the reason I am going through this tools as well. Okay, and whatever the tool that we have seen today, that is the Git, right? We have used a fewer number of commits, like we have used only git add, git commit, git push, but we also have something called as git init, in case if you're not cloning it from a Git repository. If you are creating a new folder, like you just created a new folder and you want to make that new folder as a Git repository, that time you will have to use the command as git init, so that that folder will be converted into a Git folder. Okay, and then you can perform the operations like git add, commit, push. Okay, and there is also the option like git add origin, that will be useful whenever you want to push your changes to a specific repository. Okay, origin will make sure that you are setting your origin point as your repository name. That was what was given whenever we actually created a new repository, right? It told you git remote add origin and the link of your repository. Okay, so for the next class, we will be covering few more Git commands, the important Git commands that we will be using on a daily basis, and the few differences also, because the most common questions that we get for a DevOps engineer, what are those and how are those related with the Git commands. Okay, so those things we'll be looking at, and the other commands will be left as a homework for you all to work upon, okay? Because we don't have time to cover each and every command with respect to every tool, because we have a lot more tool to cover with respect to DevOps. So here you will gain the ability to go ahead and search independently for any tool that you are going to use, okay? So this is all for today's class. We will be winding up the class for today. We'll continue tomorrow with few commands for Git, and then we will be moving into the pipelines. Okay, so hope from the source code management point of view, it is pretty clear. Let me know if you have any kind of doubts here. Okay, yeah, thanks all.